The things the old woman knitted could turn into living creatures, so she decided to knit her late husband back to life. Every morning, she woke up on time. She walked downstairs. She straightened the picture frame on the wall. She had dementia, and relied on labels stuck to objects to remember her daily tasks. But knitting was the one thing she never forgot. Whenever she looked at the photo of her husband, she missed him deeply. Knitting beside his picture was the happiest part of her day. Then suddenly, her world changed. Everything around her turned into yarn. She stared at the strange, dreamlike scene. A little yarn cat jumped onto her lap. When she noticed the damage on its body, she immediately began stitching it back together. After the cat ran off, her husband appeared. He reached out his hand and invited her to dance. But the yarn cat began to unravel. The kind old woman rushed over to save it. Yet the cat slowly unraveled anyway, thread by thread, until it disappeared completely. And with its disappearance, she found herself back in her dim, lonely room, knitting again. The next morning, she walked down the same stairs, but the painting of the little cat on the wall looked even blurrier. She picked up her needles to start knitting again. As she closed her eyes and opened them once more, she was back in that magical world. But this time, the yarn version of her husband was falling apart. She rushed to mend him. He seemed unaware of his unraveling, smiling and pulling her into a dance. Then he suddenly hugged her tightly. It was then the old woman seemed to understand. She held him close, wanting only to feel whatever love remained before it vanished. Slowly, the yarn in his body dissolved. He disappeared right in front of her eyes, and she returned to the real world once again. Tears streamed down her face. The photo in the familiar frame was now so faded it was impossible to recognize. Only the old radio kept playing, letting the music carry the memories that time could no longer hold.